things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Greetings, salutations, good morning, and welcome to TV8's Good Morning Vail for Monday, June 28th, 2021. Things are starting up at the Eagle County Regional Airport. So those planes get to taxiing and bringing folks back home from a fun weekend here in Eagle County. Eagle County Regional Airport is the best way to come to Eagle County and leave Eagle County. Save yourself the drive down to Denver. Check out Eagle County Regional Airport. I'm one of your hosts for the day, Eric Sundblad, alongside the shivery Maddie Evans. How are you doing this morning, Maddie?
It's a little bit brisk this morning. I'm a little bit on the chilly side of life.
A wee bit brisk. Yeah, it was like 37, 39 degrees during the first dog walk of the day.
Yep.
A little bit chilly.
I know.
Yeah, a little bit chilly.
It was rough. It was rough first thing this morning, but
you're powering through. You got yourself some coffee.
Yes.
You got a little blanket jacket thing. You're in good shape.
A blanket jacket thing. Thank you, Eric. It's
yes, I am a fashionista. That is an official name.
Oh, okay, got it.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love it.
You have a good weekend?
I did. I went to the farmer's market yesterday.
Excellent.
It was amazing. It was like the perfect temperature where it was not too hot, so you were uncomfortable. It was just like you could cruise around in your jeans, your t-shirt, and when that sun came out, it was amazing.
Did the peach saga get completed?
No.
Oh, no. What?
No to the peaches, but
oh, no.
I'm going to try again.
Is it just a matter of getting there earlier? Is that what we're facing?
Early enough, and they're not quite in full harvest yet, so I keep hearing the words, next weekend. Just come next weekend.
So it's not that they're getting swiped out from under you. It's that they're just not even there yet.
I think that there's a few there, but you got to be like right on it. Yeah.
On the ball. Okay.
What did you do this weekend?
I went on a nice long hike around Minturn on Saturday and got rained on. And then had a little barbecue in the yard. That was a good time. Got rained on. And then yesterday, just a lot of hanging out. And then got rained on the evening hike. So little Minnie, the golden retriever, spent the entire weekend wet. I don't think she's ever been happier.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love happy dogs. Beatrice was like, she would run up onto the mountainside and then she'd be like, yeah, I'm not coming back. I'm staying in this rain. And I would have to run up onto the mountainside and be like, no, you're coming back right now.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah, not my proudest moment.
Very muddy weekends.
Yeah.
Very muddy weekends. But all that rain did cause some great news for the Sylvan Lake fire, which as of about an hour ago is now 10% contained. So with the help of additional task force of firefighters and the additional precipitation, that fire looks to be fairly under control, and that should continue throughout the course of the week as we are expected to get moisture pretty much every day in the form of some afternoon sprinkles.
I know, it's super exciting. So 10% of that border is contained, which means that now they can slowly start just working their way in and getting that fire buckled down, out, and then hopefully we can start going to Sylvan Lake again.
Yeah, that's likely, in my estimation, a month out, maybe a little more. It takes a bit of time. Who knows what kind of damage it did to the trail that borders the lake that might need to be cleaned up, but we'll get there. We'll get there. This rain has been very helpful.
And we're only expecting more.
Yeah, which is good news for the fire, bad news for I-70 as we have breaking news here on Good Morning Vail. I-70 currently closed both east and westbound through Glenwood Canyon as a result of this mudslide. Now, this mudslide has predominantly occurred as a result of the Grizzly Creek fire from last year. So when you get these heavy, long, persistent fires, they burn off all the vegetation, and then it ends up causing these mudslides when we get very heavy rain after not receiving any rain. So the soils dry out and there's no vegetation to hold the soil together. So we get these long rainstorms. It just causes these mudslides. And at the moment, I-70 has been completely diverted. So here you see the diversion route from Silverthorne all the way to Rifle. So if you're headed westbound on I-70, don't pass Silverthorne without getting off I-70 and then take that to Steamboat Springs and then Craig and then Meeker and back down to Rifle. Vice versa, if you're headed eastbound, you cannot get through Glenwood Canyon. This is about a 2-hour diversion path, but it is gorgeous out there. And hey, as you're going through Steamboat, maybe stop by Double Z Barbecue. It's great barbecue.
You know, I honestly love that drive. That's how I get from here to Utah, is down through Rifle. I take Glenwood Canyon, of course, but going through Rifle is absolutely incredible. It's such a beautiful little town, and it's like this big. Yeah,
tiny little town. They got a big gas station fast food area in Rifle. That's always what I look forward to as I'm driving through.
They do. I know. That's like the home stretch right there.
Yeah, totally. So heads up, if you are planning on traveling through Glenwood Canyon, you can't do that at the moment. And luckily there were no injuries in that mudslide, but the mud is up to 5 feet deep in some places. It's just mind-blowing how quickly that mud can slide. But we've got a great Good Morning Vail in store for you on this slightly chilly Monday. We're going to open things up with Merideth Bizer, a local counselor here. If you're looking for individual or couple service, she is going to be one of your best resources. We've also got the town of Minturn coming in to talk about their summer activities.
And the Vail Symposium, who has a very cool seminar coming up, and then they're going to do their first in-person one super soon, July 12th. So excited to have them in too.
Old friend Claire Noble.
Yep.
Friend of the show, Claire Noble, coming back onto the couch with us. So we're going to have a great Good Morning Vail. We're going to take a short break and come back with a look at your local weather.
I'm Clinton Griffiths, the host of Ag Day Television. Get the latest news about crops, livestock, rural living, and so much more from our award-winning team. Follow the food you eat from the field to the store to your table every day, because what's happening on the farm matters to you and your family. Watch Ag Day weekdays.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Back. Xterra, the world's leading off-road triathlon, returns to Beaver Creek Saturday, July 17th. With sprint and full-distance races for individuals and relay teams. Sign up today at xterraplanet.com and enter TV8 at checkout for an extra 10% off. Live more.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake! It's fake!
Temperatures this morning, nice and chilly, 41 degrees. We are seeing mostly sunny skies. For today, only a 20% chance of precipitation and a high of 70 degrees. So it is going to be a nice day to get your big dogs out there, hiking, walking, doing anything outside that's normally, it's been too warm for me to get Beatrice outside for a long period of time. As we take a look ahead into this evening, it does look like those temperatures are going to drop just a little bit. A low of 41 degrees later tonight, that 20% chance of moisture kind of sticking around, and then we are expecting that sun to set at 8:38 tonight. I don't know if you saw the sunrise this morning though, it was beautiful, so make sure that you check out that sunset. As we take a look at the I-70 corridor, down in Denver, those temperatures just a little bit warmer, 73 degrees. It looks like they're going to see a 40% chance of moisture, which is awesome. Hopefully we just keep seeing that moisture come in this way. Vail 70 degrees with a high, or with a chance of 20% chance of precipitation, 74 in Avon with a 20% chance of moisture, and then 77 in Eagle. So nice and warm out to the west of us. As we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, we are expecting that precipitation to just keep coming this way with some scattered showers throughout the next 5 days. A 60% chance of precipitation tomorrow with a high of 72, 50 on Wednesday, 50 on Thursday, 40 on Friday, and then hopefully on Saturday and Sunday we start to see a little bit of break in that precipitation and some beautiful sunshine since it is 4th of July weekend and everyone wants to be outside barbecuing and enjoying that sun. We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to check in with Eric and Merideth Bizer with Bizer Counseling.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake.
We are back. Xterra Trail Runs return to Beaver Creek Sunday, July 18th. With 5K, 9K, 18K, and 5x5K relay team races for runners of all ages and skill levels. Even free fun run races for the kids. Sign up today at xterraplanet.com and enter TV8 at checkout for an extra 10% off. Live more.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
We talk a lot about mental health on this show, and for good reason. There's a lot of things going on in the world that could potentially fracture your strong mental state of being. So I'm happy to bring on old friend here, Merideth Bizer from Merideth Bizer Counseling, to talk a little bit about the counseling services that she can provide to help you get through different life stages, maybe some couples things, maybe some substance use addictions, just anything that might happen in your life. Merideth, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Hey, Eric, thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, absolutely. So give me an idea, and our audience an idea, what sort of counseling do you provide? Couples, individuals? Give me an idea of the breadth of that.
Sure, yeah. So I work with adults age 18 and up as either individuals or in a heterosexual couple.
Okay, excellent. And in terms of the counseling process, now you're going to be working through some trauma, giving some coping skills. What exactly are coping skills?
Good question, Eric. Coping skills are anything that someone can do to maybe help emotionally re-regulate, to help kind of regain that sense of control over their thoughts, behaviors, feelings, just their overall disposition.
Okay, so it's more getting a deeper understanding with what's causing the emotions and the actions in your life.
Yeah, definitely. Getting that deeper understanding of what's causing the problems and working to resolve maybe any unfinished business that a person might have from their childhood, and then identifying what skills they may need moving forward, including coping skills, communication skills, maybe some time management or organization. There's all kinds of skills that maybe people might need to add to their kind of toolbox in order to move forward in life.
Yeah, the emotional toolbox. I've always loved that phrase.
It's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, in terms of couples therapy, what's your approach? What's your style?
Well, my style in couples therapy is to identify the couple's problematic patterns of behavior, communication, and emotion that are creating a problematic or unsatisfying environment for the relationship. And then we work to change those patterns. It's kind of like a dance teacher. It is actually. It's kind of funny. It's a great analogy. A dance teacher, you can imagine teaching a couple to dance. Each member of the couple is going to have some really great dance steps and some kind of faulty ones. So in therapy, we identify the faulty ones and then we work to change them to improve the overall dance.
Yeah, as I learned in high school gym dance class, you can't do a two-step and step on somebody's toes.
Nope.
It just doesn't work.
That's right. If you're stepping on someone's toes, it's not going to go well.
Yeah, and you may not even know that you're stepping on toes either. That's the interesting thing about relationships, is it really drives into communication.
That's right, yeah. There's a lot of things that each member of a couple generally does that they're unaware, that maybe stems from their own childhood or their own examples of what a relationship looks like when they were growing up. But when we increase that awareness of the problematic dance steps, then we can create that opportunity for change. Although I will say that change is never easy and no one likes to change their emotional or behavioral patterns. Pretty much, it's a difficult process.
Yeah. I mean, nobody likes to change their coffee shop, let alone like
Right.
the deep-seated potential emotional issues that they're going through.
True.
What would you say are the first signs that somebody really needs relationship or couples therapy?
That's a great question. So on my website, I have a resources page and I have a relationship inventory. It kind of evaluates 5 areas of intimacy: physical, emotional, sexual, spiritual, and communication. And any member of a couple or both members of a couple can take that survey. They can score themselves, and if they score a 30 or below, it probably indicates that there are some faulty dance steps on the part of one or both, probably both partners, and they might want to reach out for help.
Yeah, and I want to just roll back because you said both partners. So I think there's probably some assumption that maybe you feel you're the one causing all of it, or you look at your partner and they're the one causing all of it. But it really almost always boils down to multiple issues in both partners.
That's right. Very rarely, although sometimes, but very rarely is it just one member of the couple causing the problems. But pretty much all the time when couples present in my office for the first time, they're pointing fingers at the other person or pointing fingers at themselves. Usually it's the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a few friends that have ended up in couples counseling, but it always started with one partner telling the other, you need to go to see a therapist.
Yep.
But ultimately that may not be the healthiest process for the relationship.
That's true. And sometimes it is helpful if each or one of the members of the couple is also in individual counseling. But for couples counseling, generally it is both members of the couple have a role in that dysfunctional pattern. Kind of think of an infinity loop, a role in that dysfunctional pattern. And bringing both members in together generally is the helpful solution.
Yeah. You seem like an expert with
Well,
couples
thank you.
counseling. Yeah.
Thank you.
But you also will do individual, not
Of course,
just related
yeah.
to couples.
Right. With individuals, I do specialize in anxiety, depression, life transitions such as loss of a relative, which had been common with COVID, or even the whole COVID situation and all the transition and change that forced on people. And trauma, also specializing in trauma. And I do have a lot of experience with addiction, though I wouldn't necessarily call it a specialization of mine.
Okay, excellent. And in terms of services offered, we just went through, still ongoing through the COVID pandemic. Are you offering any in-person services
Good question. I am. So right now I'm offering in-person sessions on Mondays. In about a month, I'll be increasing those hours to other days of the week, and I do telehealth the other days. So
Okay.
yeah.
So we're not just limited to Eagle County. You can get really anybody in the state of Colorado if they find you and think you're going to be a good fit.
No, that's a great question. Anybody who is who is a Colorado resident can engage in therapy services in the state of Colorado with me or someone else. And yeah, they don't have to live locally, or they don't have to be locally. Even if they live locally and are traveling, they certainly can continue to engage in services.
Yeah.
And I can offer that flexibility in person, or if they happen to be on a road trip to Telluride or Steamboat or wherever, and they want to have some therapy on their road trip, they certainly can we can do Zoom in that case.
Yeah. I giggle about it, but if you're on a road trip with friends and maybe you have struggled with addiction in your life and you're trying to avoid substances, road trips can be triggering mechanisms.
That's
so
right.
That's a fully valid reason to want to speak with a therapist.
That's right, yeah. And sometimes road trips or unstructured summertime can trigger some childhood trauma or some early life trauma or just some stressors, and kind of creating that new or unstable environment. Sometimes it brings up some emotional discomfort.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the healthiest thing anybody can do at really any stage of their life is just look to a professional for guidance on what comes next.
Yeah.
Now, where can people kind of get in touch with you best? What's your website to fill out the relationship survey and
Right.
schedule an appointment?
Right. So my website is meredithbizercounseling.com. You can also email me at meredith.bizer@gmail.com, or if you can't spell those, because I'm not going to spell it on the air, but some
We've
people
got your name key up.
Okay, there you go. Some people spell my name with an I where there are E's, but anyway, you can always call me at 970-306-6507.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining me,
Thank
Meredith.
you, Eric.
Excited to get to see you again, former colleague from Mine Springs. And
I know.
Keep up the good work in this valley. We
Thanks
really
so
need
much.
more people focused on helping.
Thanks so much. You too. It's so exciting to see TV8 back on air.
Yeah, rock
Yeah,
on. Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Check out Merideth Bizer if you're experiencing any life changes, any relationship issues. MeridethBizerCounseling.com. We've got more Good Morning Vail right around the corner.
I'm Clinton Griffiths, the host of Ag Day Television. Get the latest news about crops, livestock, rural living, and so much more from our award-winning team. Follow the food you eat from the field to the store to your table every day, because what's happening on the farm matters to you and your family. Watch Ag Day weekdays.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake.
Gorgeous views from Cordillera Golf Course. Beautiful little neighborhood up there. And not Wild Ridge, it's called Cordillera, it's just past Arrowhead. Also the home of All Points North Lodge. We just had a therapist on. If you're looking for more longer-term substance abuse care, All Points North Lodge is going to be the place to go to get yourself fixed up. We were looking at a gorgeous day here in Eagle County, high of 70 degrees today, starting off around 41 degrees, so it was a little chilly this morning. We've got a 20% chance of showers throughout the course of the day, and really for the majority of this week, we are expecting those afternoon showers. We're not quite in the monsoonal flow season, which is when we get moisture from the southern Gulf area that pushes up to Colorado. So we're not in monsoonal flow, but we are going to see some great afternoon showers. And this evening, low of 41 degrees, rain at 20% chance. Now we're going to pan the map up and take a look at the national map. And the big thing here is that big high pressure system in the Pacific Northwest. Now I have been kind of watching those record-breaking temperatures in Oregon and in Washington, sort of expecting them to eventually make their way to us in Colorado, but I've got some great news on that front as we take a look at the jet stream here. It's just kind of swirling around the Pacific Northwest area, and eventually it is expected to bring all of those high temperatures up into Canada and then push eastward. So we should avoid any of those additional record-breaking temperatures. That was my big fear going into the weekend, waiting for today, was to see if that jet stream was just going to have a north to south flow and give us 100-degree temperatures here in Eagle County. But luckily, that is not the case, and we should indeed continue to see the gorgeous, in my opinion, weather that we are currently experiencing, which is scattered thunderstorms throughout the afternoon and temperatures hovering in the mid to low 70s. You cannot ask for better weather over the course of the summer. If it just sticks around the 72 to 78 degree range, I'm going to be a happy kid, the dogs are going to be happy, and the fire season should tamper itself out quickly. Now we're going to hang out with Maddie Evans on the couch, teach us a little bit about investing.
Yeah, maybe you kind of picked up a new hobby throughout COVID. A lot of people did with the cryptocurrency and investing in kind of so many different ways, and we're going to take a closer look at that right now.
The economic numbers in the last few months have been good. The economy is adding jobs after the pandemic, threw millions of people out of work. But there's another factor that keeps America's economy moving forward that a lot of people, if they're being honest, don't really understand, and that's capital spending. Each year, the Progressive Policy Institute publishes its list of investment heroes using publicly available financial statements to discover how much America's companies are actually investing in America. Dr. Michael Mandel, Chief Economic Strategist for the Progressive Policy Institute, is joining us to take a deeper look at this year's Investment Heroes list. Thanks for being here, Dr. Mandel.
Oh, glad to be here. Thanks very much for having me.
Let's start with how your Policy Institute comes up with this Investment Heroes list.
Each year we identify the companies that invest the most in the U.S. This is capital spending, plants, equipment, information technology, and so forth. And we publish a list of the top 25. This year's list was focused on those companies that actually stepped up to the plate during the pandemic and did what they needed to do to sort of help provide Americans with the capital spending that they needed to keep going. The number one company on our list this year was Amazon, which invested an amazing $34 billion in the U.S., according to our estimates, building out its e-commerce fulfillment centers, hiring hundreds of thousands of workers, and generally making it possible for a lot of people to have goods delivered at home when they could not leave because of the pandemic. We also had on our list a lot of broadband providers, companies like Comcast and CenturyLink and AT&T and Verizon. And what they did was they spent money on broadening and extending their networks in order to enable people to work from home, to do schooling, to do medical appointments. And we had tech companies like Google and Apple and Intel that spent billions of dollars building up the tech infrastructure that everybody sort of used during the at-home, the amazingly weird forced at-home period. So this was very much a digital list where 8 of our 10 investment heroes were digital companies in one way or another.
And how does capital spending help companies create jobs?
Think about you as a worker or anybody. You need to work with good equipment to sort of do a good job. If you're in a factory, you need to We're working with the newest machinery. And, if you're a truck driver, you need to have a truck that works. If you're working in an office, you need to have a computer that works and a good internet connection and good software. Trying to work a good job without capital investment is like trying to cross a street without shoes. You can do it. It's very slow. It's very painful, ultimately not very productive. In this world, job growth starts with capital investment.
And speaking of job growth, which sectors are you seeing the most growth in, and which are really struggling right now?
Well, I think what's interesting here is that we're seeing a rebound from the pandemic. That we continue to see job growth in the digital sector. We're seeing rebounds in areas like food services and recreation that were obviously held back by the pandemic. The really interesting one is manufacturing. Americans are buying a lot of stuff these days, but is it being made in the U.S.? Are manufacturers investing enough? This is something where manufacturers have maybe not stepped up to the plate enough, and we're seeing some action in Washington where the Biden administration has some pro-manufacturing investment proposals as part of the American Job Plan. And this is something that could be very positive for job growth in manufacturing. So I would say at this point that manufacturing is the real question mark.
And overall, I feel like this is actually all really good news. Where can we get more information about everything we've talked about?
So your viewers can go to PPI's website at progressivepolicy.org, where they can read about investment heroes, and they can read all the other great material that we write about the economy and about policy and related subjects. And I highly recommend this website.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mandel, for joining us today. I appreciate learning more about the Progressive Policy Institute as well as capital spending. Thanks for spending the time with us.
Thank you very much.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
We are back. Xterra Trail Runs return to Beaver Creek Sunday, July 18th. With 5K, 9K, 18K, and 5x5K relay team races for runners of all ages and skill levels. Even free fun run races for the kids. Sign up today at xterraplanet.com and enter TV8 at checkout for an extra 10% off. Live more.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
I get it a lot.
It is nice and chilly first thing this morning. I'm trying to stay bundled up as I keep on and off getting cold in here this morning. 41 degrees at 8 a.m., then a high of 70 degrees. So we are expecting those temperatures to warm up quite a bit. 20% chance of moisture throughout the course of today. Then there's going to be a slight wind chill, 5 to 10 miles an hour, but mostly sunny skies. So a beautiful day to get out and do some hiking, maybe some mountain biking, something that's going to help you work up a sweat, only because it is going to be that cooler temperature today. As we take a look ahead into this evening, a low of 41 degrees, that 20% chance of moisture kind of lingering throughout the course of today. As we zoom out and take a look at that I-70 corridor down in Denver, they are expecting a higher chance of moisture than we are up here in the high country. 40% chance of precipitation, 73 degrees, 70 here in Vail, 74 in Avon, and then 77 out in Eagle. So both out to the east and to the west of us, those temperatures just a little bit warmer than here in Vail, as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, it looks like we are expecting precipitation throughout the course of the next 5 days. Tomorrow, a 60% chance, a high of 72 degrees, 50% chance on Wednesday, 50% chance on Thursday, and then as we go into the weekend, by Saturday, a 35% chance, mostly sunny skies, and that temperature warming up quite a bit, 76 degrees. So hopefully we have a beautiful weekend for a beautiful 4th of July. That sunshine really making its way out, but we are very grateful for this precipitation right now, as we've kind of been having some fire issues over in Sylvan Lake. Coming up next, we're going to check in with Eric, because it's Monday. What Monday means, a new scoreboard.
Thanks, Maddie. That's right. Monday is officially Scoreboard Day here in Eagle County, and I've got a wonderful show planned for you guys this week. As high school sports have started to wind down here in Eagle County, as the last major school that was in the state playoffs, it was Vail Mountain School Gore Rangers. The girls soccer program, they headed down to the Front Range last week and unfortunately lost in the semifinals of the playoffs to Colorado Academy. But if you're a fan of the team that beat you losing in the playoffs, well, I've got good news, because Colorado Academy did end up losing to Kent Denver for the state championship. So congratulations to Kent Denver for winning girls soccer state championships. The Vail Mountain School is set up wonderful to continue to advance further and further in the playoffs starting next season. But with the winding down of high school sports right now, I wanted to shift things to more non-traditional sports. And I know we've got a lot of fans of disc golf here in Eagle County, so I'm excited to give you guys a sneak peek of the Beaver Creek course that is being built, as well as dive into some extra special hiking trails that I love, show off my dog Minnie, and some interesting nature facts around my favorite place here in Avon, Walking Mountain Science Center. So it's a bit of a non-traditional sports-focused day on the scoreboard, but you're not going to want to miss it. Debuting tonight at 6 p.m. You can check it out at tv8vail.com/scoreboard or on our YouTube page. And pretty soon we will be back up and running on cable networks. And you can always catch the scoreboard 6 p.m. every Monday. Now we're going to take a short break, come back with Claire Noble from the Vail Symposium.
I'm Clinton Griffiths, the host of Ag Day Television. Get the latest news about crops, livestock, rural living, and so much more from our award-winning team. Follow the food you eat from the field to the store to your table every day, because what's happening on the farm matters to you and your family. Watch Ag Day weekdays.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake!
If you've always wanted to go to an interesting seminar, well, the Vail Symposium has something to offer for everyone. And we've got Claire Noble with the Vail Symposium here this morning. Claire, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for inviting me back. It's great to be back here on the couch with you.
Oh my gosh, how I've missed these conversations, and really just how I've missed being on this couch.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful, and I really from the Vail Symposium to TV8, we wish you guys the best of luck.
Well, we're excited to have you in here this morning because you guys have been nonstop going through COVID. You didn't shut down any of your programming. You just did everything virtually, which was amazing.
Yeah, we shifted right away. I mean, we had people here when everything was shutting down, so we live streamed those. But then that's when Zoom and webinars and Cisco WebEx was starting and Google Meets. And so we went with Zoom and started Zooming programs right away. And I was actually sort of catching people off guard. I would see somebody on, network news, or they had an article in the New York Times, and I'd send them a note. Hey, would you appear at the Vail Symposium? So we had a bunch of speakers early on when people didn't know what was going on. Then people kind of figured out this might be in for the long haul, and they were a little bit more selective. And so it became, once again, difficult to get people. But yeah, and people talk about Zoom fatigue. We really haven't experienced that. Our audience has grown, and people seem to have figured out how it works. And in the beginning, people were shy about typing in their questions. Now people are not shy about typing in their questions, and it's really worked out well for us. So in the future, what we're planning on doing is a bit of a hybrid. We'll have in-person programs, and we're starting in July, and we'll also have some webinars for people who maybe don't have the time to travel all the way here to Vail.
Yeah, which is, so awesome. And you guys did some last year. I can't remember what I attended, but there were ones, because I follow the email chain, so I get all of them. And there were such cool events last year. I believe you had the Conjuring House.
Yeah,
Yep.
we did. One of our first ones was, I saw this article from Dr. Deirdre Barrett from Harvard University in the New York Times about people having weird COVID dreams. And I'm like, people are having weird COVID dreams, and they want to know why. And so we got her right away. Then I saw another doctor on CBS discussing all the quack cures that were coming up around COVID. And I'm like, we want to do that one too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had some fun with our topics last year.
You did, and you guys have a really cool topic coming up tomorrow.
We do. We have a Colorado Attorney General, Phil Bizer. So we had him 2 years ago in 2019, and he'd only been on the job 6 months. And so now he's got 2.5 years under his belt. He's argued cases before the Supreme Court, and he's been busy protecting Colorado consumers. And it's amazing how many different areas his job touches, or let's just say how many aspects of our lives, whether it's clean air or clean water, water rights, student loans, the opioid industry. He is out there watching out for the Colorado consumer. And the main topic tomorrow night is his antitrust lawsuit against Google. Now, Colorado's not going it alone. We've joined 37 states to sue Google. I'm actually of two minds, because most people's searches, 90% of all searches, use Google. And, you're kind of a big deal if you're also the verb that, not just the noun, but the verb describing what it is you're doing. But if you've ever tried Bing or Quant or one of these other search engines, they're not as good.
No.
And that's Google's part of their defense is we're trying to provide the best service for our customers. But they're a monopoly.
Yeah, a huge one.
Yeah.
And they use the term, I'm just going to go Google it, even if you're just going to look it up on the internet. So now it's just becoming part of the everyday life.
Yep, it is. So we have a great moderator for this program tomorrow night as well, Allison Sherry. She's the justice reporter for Colorado Public Radio. And so, she works in this same area as Attorney General Bizer, maybe on the other side, trying to, report both sides of the issue. So I think it'll be a very interesting, lively program.
I do too, and I think especially now that people can ask those questions and kind of interact in that way that you would normally if you go to a lecture in person, you guys are going to have a fun event tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it'll be lively. I think people have a lot of questions. There's certainly a lot of attorneys and retired attorneys kicking around this valley who I think will also have some great questions. And actually, that's one of the things our speakers always tell us they love about our events. The audience in Vail asks great questions.
Yeah, they're not just there to be there and be like, oh, I went. They're here to learn, and that's something that I love about the Vail Valley, but also something that I love about what you guys have to offer is because sometimes you want to further your education in something you don't really know about, and this is the perfect way to do it, just because you can learn so much.
Yeah, we're definitely the organization in the Valley for the curious knowledge seekers, the cool nerds.
Yeah, the cool nerds. I love it. So on the 12th, you guys have some other great guests coming in, and this event's live.
Yes, on July 12th, which is a Monday evening, we have two career diplomats, Ambassador Christopher Hill and Ambassador Gary Grappo. And they both spent 30 plus years each in the U.S. State Department. They were both ambassadors. Ambassador Christopher Hill was our ambassador to Iraq. And they're going to have a lot to talk about: the state of foreign policy, the state of U.S. presence in the world, and then they'll also talk about specific areas. You know, what should we be looking at with regards to China, with regards to Russia? President Biden just met with Vladimir Putin. What do they make of that meeting and what came out of it? And then, of course, the Middle East, always a lot to talk about there.
I mean, there's a lot to talk about right now just because I feel like politics are such a hot topic in so many directions, because you have people who know politics so well with their large opinions, and then you have people who are maybe a little bit more uneducated who have their large opinions too, and so it's kind of just been causing this crazy clash right now.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know if it's a product of the internet era, but foreign policy used to just live in its own little bubble, and you know, average everyday Americans weren't always so concerned about foreign policy, but now we really are, and people are really concerned about what's going on in China. I know a lot of people in this valley have ties to Hong Kong, very concerned about what's going on in Hong Kong. They just shut down Apple, which was a local media source there. People are very concerned about democracy dying in Hong Kong, what little there was of it, and what does that mean for Taiwan? And I think these two ambassadors are great people to ask what they think about that.
Which is so cool, only because sometimes, I mean, especially up here, we don't do the whole like CBC news or anything like that, and so I feel like some people feel a little bit left out up here, and you guys kind of cover that with these very awesome lectures.
Well, the great thing about these lectures too is it's longer format.
Yeah.
So you've got a longer period of time and you're able to ask questions. You know, if you're watching cable or network news, you can't really ask any questions. And oftentimes, I mean, I've watched some of the morning shows and they give, you know, the National Security Advisor 4 minutes in the morning. So that's not a lot of time. And this format allows our speakers to get into a little bit more detail.
Which is so cool because then it allows people to educate themselves so much further. Like you said, the curious knowledge seekers of the Valley, which is incredible. So maybe if people do have questions, this is the time to do it. Where can people buy tickets for this event?
So all of our virtual events are still free, but we do want you to register because that's how you get the Zoom link. And you can go to vailsymposium.org. Same place you go to buy tickets. And for our in-person events, we're still charging $25, which we've charged for years. And again, you just go to vailsymposium.org to register.
And where is the event taking place on Monday?
On July 12th, we'll be at the Vail Interfaith Chapel.
Okay, cool. Claire, thank you so much for coming in this morning and giving us all this great information. We're so happy to have you back.
Thank you for having me on, and good luck to you guys.
Thank you. Make sure that if you are looking to expand your horizons, maybe get some new knowledge, or maybe look into something that you're super curious about, the Vail Symposium is the place to do it. With so many upcoming events over the summer, make sure that you check it out and that you go to vailsymposium.org to get your tickets for any events that you want. Coming up next, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to check in with Eric.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
All right, quick reminder as we near the end of the show here, folks, that I-70 in Glenwood Springs area, in Glenwood Canyon rather, is currently closed both east and westbound as a result of this massive mudslide that occurred as a result of the heavier rains that we got happening on the Grizzly Creek burn fire scar left over from last year. So without any vegetation to hold this mud into place, the rain just sent the mud skittering across I-70. And for your alternate routes here, make sure that you are taking Rifle up to Meeker, over to Craig, over to Steamboat, down to Silverthorne, and vice versa if you're headed westbound. So stay safe out there on the roads, everybody, and let's take a look at the weather for the day. In my opinion, one of the best days we've had all summer long as temperatures are extremely comfortable. A high of 70 degrees today. That is absolutely perfect. Starting off around 41 degrees. It is a little chilly this morning, but things are going to warm up a bit. 20% chance of rain throughout the course of the day, but it's likely to occur in the mid to late afternoon. So we're talking the 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. range is when we might see that rain come. And then looking into the evening hours, again around maybe 8 to 10 p.m., expect a little bit of showers. But for the most part, it's going to be a good partly cloudy, mild temperature day. Low of 41 degrees this evening. Great temperature to leave the window open and bundle yourself up at night. Oof, I loved it. Loved it last night. As we take a look at the national map here, the big thing that I have been concerned about looking forward into our week is expecting that high pressure system and that heat wave in the Pacific Northwest to shift its way down to Colorado. Well, luckily, the jet stream is going to keep that kind of flowing around in the Pacific Northwest and up into Canada. So the expectation right now is that that heat wave, that high pressure system is going to move up into the British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Ontario area and give Canada a bit of a heat wave. So unfortunately, Canada, you're going to be looking very hot next week and later this week. But for us here locally, temperatures are going to continue to be extremely comfortable in the low to upper 70s. Expect 60 to 50% chance of showers throughout the course of the week. But similar to today, they are likely to occur in the afternoon, not as much as our typical monsoonal flow season, which results from southern moisture joining us. But this should just be nice 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. afternoon showers throughout the course of the week. Now we got one more break, and then we're going to close things out here on Good Morning Vail.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Check your local listings.
I'm Tyne Morgan, host of U.S. Farm Report, a weekend tradition since 1975. I invite you to join us each week as we shine a light on agriculture today and the great way of life that can only be found in rural America. Our team travels the roads less taken to give you a unique perspective on an industry that is rooted in incredible diversity. Come along for the ride as we showcase how farming and ranching isn't just a profession, it's a way of life.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Well, in just a few short weeks, we are going to be looking at July 4th celebrations around the Valley. And what I really like about that is it means the kickoff of the Minturn Market starting Saturday, July 3rd. And the Minturn Market, similar to the Vail Farmers Market, is just an artisanal market centered around the town of Minturn with tons of great vendors, great food vendors, great art vendors. But it's in the town of Minturn, which is the quirkiest, cutest town here in Eagle County.
I know, which is absolutely amazing. So if you're looking for a weekend filled with activities, you literally can make that happen over 4th of July weekend, which is this weekend, Eric. I know, crazy, it's already here. Whoa.
All right,
Whoa.
This Saturday is the kickoff of the Minturn Market.
Yep, so Friday is Minturn celebration, Saturday is Avon celebration, and then Sunday is Beaver Creek celebration and Vail celebration. So you can literally just hit every town.
3 days in a row, 4th of July celebrations.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Minturn Market, since this is the first week of it, they're going to kick it off with a kids' bike parade at 9:30 a.m. on Saturday. So that should be a good time. Little kiddos cruising around Minturn on bikes. Maybe they'll get some paper mache like floats attached to the bikes or something. Kids are creative. They're going to do something wacky.
Kids are creative. It's always super fun to go to those events and just see how cute some of these little kids are, because you're just like, how? Where did you come from and how did you get so cute?
Mysteries of the universe that will never be solved.
Mysteries of the universe. Also coming up, Minturn is going to start their concert series again in the park right there, which is going to be so fun.
Yep, the little beach park area just near the end of Minturn. Also their yoga in the park, which is, I believe that starts at 9:30 every Saturday throughout the summer. You've got yoga in the park, and then you head your way down to the Minturn Market, and then the concerts also Saturday evenings.
Yep. So like a whole lineup of events, and they're going to start July 8th, and they're going to make their way through August 19th, so you can go and check it out. Maybe if you miss one, that's okay, because you can always go to the others.
Yeah, and these are all very much local bands, so it's supporting local artists and hearing the unique flair of Eagle County musicians and what they can bring to Minturn. And then, of course, the Blue Starlight Cinema, drive-in movie theater, also at Little Beach Park. They have a ton of great old school movies. We've got the Goonies playing this week. That's a great one.
Classic.
Classic.
How can you not love that?
How can you not love the Goonies?
I mean, and a drive-in movie theater here in our valley is something that's so unique and so special, only because what a lost art.
Yeah, we don't see really any drive-in movie theaters anymore. No movie theaters for a while, but we're getting those back.
Slowly but surely, and the Blue Starlight is in just such a beautiful place. There's nothing better than getting to sit in the back of your car, eat some popcorn, enjoy the company of whoever you'd like to go with, and be surrounded by the mountains.
Yeah, mountain drive-ins. And here we go, taking a look at their 4th of July celebrations in Minturn. It should be a blast this weekend. Just like Maddie said, all over the valley. 4th of July celebrations. We just got to be patient for 3 more days, and we'll get into it.
I know, and then it kicks off, and you can just, like I said, town hop and start with Minturn, because that's Friday, then make your way to Avon, and then Beaver Creek or Vail.
Should be a good time. Big thanks to Claire Noble from Vail Symposium for stopping by the show today. Also, Merideth Bizer. If you are in a new stage of life, if you're having relationship struggles, addiction struggles, look her up, meredithbizercounseling.com. And we've got a great week of shows in store for you here on Good Morning Vail.
Seriously, and speaking of Blue Starlight, they're going to be coming in to give us a talk about everything that they've got going on, exactly what snacks you can get there, which, I mean, snack queen over here. I love my snacks, so that's important to me. What movies are coming up and so much more. So it's going to be a really fun week.
Yeah, the snacks for drive-in movies always get a little dicey, especially if you're pouring Milk Duds into the popcorn. Popcorn's just going to be a mess in the car. Totally worth it, though.
Well, that's why you get on top of the car. I'm an on top of my car kind of drive-in movie theater person, because My hatch doesn't open, so.
Okay, all right. Does B like being on top of the car?
No, B is too big.
Too big for the top of the
B
car.
is a monster puppy. You know, that 130 pounds has gotta not be on the car.
Oh gosh. Well, enjoy your Monday, folks, and tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. for more Good Morning Vail.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Elizabeth Hart.
And I am Mitch English, and welcome to Daily Flash. We got an hour packed with news, entertainment, and everything in between. And the world's fastest lip